This is Michael McKeon, aka Morris Fletcher, aka Chuck McGill. You know who I am. But it's time for Inside the Gilliverse with Eric Broadbent.
You're watching Inside the Gilliverse, talking all things Breaking Bad, El Camino, and Better Call Saul. Brought to you by Stewart Travel Guitars. See the incredible stowaway travel, StewartGuitars.com. Also brought to you by Idea Bench, makers of hot rod-inspired pedal boards and pedal board accessories at IdeaBench.com. Microphones for Inside the Gilliverse are brought to you by Rode Microphones. Now, please welcome your host, Eric Broadbent.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for episode 18 of Inside the Gilliverse, where we talk all things Breaking Bad, El Camino, and Better Call Saul. My name is Eric Broadbent, and it comes with great pleasure to welcome back a couple familiar faces from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, Daniel and Luis Moncada. Gentlemen, how are you? Welcome back, my friends.
Good, man. Thanks for having us back, Eric.
It's great to have you.
Having us back.
It's great.
Everybody's probably
got-
thinking,
is
who
it-
am I, huh? Yeah, they got me a Home
cojones
Depot,
for
guys.
bringing us back.
I feel naked now, right? You guys are the ones that are all the hairy guys now. And look at me.
Young, bro.
There we go. Look.
Young man.
You look at a place in this bunch.
I know. Okay, I'll step it up for visit number 3. I'll be full beard, mustache, the whole deal.
I got you, Eric.
There you go.
No, Eric. Your street cred is going to shit right now.
It is.
You better pick that shit up.
That's
all right.
That's it, man.
Danny can spare some for you for sure. But last time you guys were here, man, we had such an incredible fan base of questions. So I want to just mention to the people watching right now that you guys were so kind to come back and do nothing but answer fan questions. So we're going to get through a lot of fun ones here tonight. And before we get into the questions, do you see some of that fan art that was shown on our Twitters today and stuff like that, tagging you guys?
Yes.
I seen that.
What
yes.
was the name of that guy?
Well, the one was
my God,
one lady was, I think it's Arctic Sakai, and then Mrs. Wexler as well too. Yes,
both of them.
Bro.
I saw both. Sakai.
yeah, Arctic Sakai. If I'm saying that the handle name.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That one.
Trust me, I am going to.
Man.
I'm not gonna steal his image, but I'm gonna ask if I can share the. If fucking. Did I say the F word?
That's
Danny,
okay.
stop saying bad words. Oh my gosh. But hey,
Oh my
that
God.
was cool.
Saying
Man.
bad
That
words.
was really cool.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
that was
talent
awesome.
right there.
I think Arctic
was
might
good.
be a girl. I'm sometimes it's hard to tell with the usernames. I know they won't mind if we're saying
They
it
were
wrong.
both really cool.
Man,
They were both
yeah.
cool.
Whoever,
Yeah.
man or women, whoever did it, it was good.
The
It was
artist.
good stuff. It was really,
Refer-
that was great art.
The artist
Great
that
art.
did it
Yeah.
Yeah.
was cool.
Even
Yeah.
on the wall too. Like first of all, you guys were the star of the artwork, but they even had Inside the Gilliverse over on the wall in the graffiti. I was like, wow, that's so cool.
I saw.
Yeah.
The detail.
That was very
Yeah,
creative,
I
very,
saw. I
very
was
well
like,
thought of.
"Whoa."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple questions written down already. These were advanced questions that come in, and then we're going to go through a whole bunch in the live chat. But this is one from Karina. She's one of our friends and regulars here. She knows a lot about you guys and big fan. She's a YouTube member as well. And she says, do you think your characters had sociopathic tendencies and were bad seeds or more of a product of the environment they were raised in with the Salamanca clan? So that's kind of part one of the question. And if they had been adopted and raised by someone else, what profession do you think they would have ended up in?
Ooh. I think product of the environment.
Part of my environment.
Remember how we go back in the on
Yeah.
one of the episodes and it shows how Theo
episode
how
307.
he raised us. How he raised us. So I think product of the environment for sure.
Mhm.
Now me, what would I be?
A hooker. I mean,
Gigolo.
Let's keep that on the DA. Hey, no, me, come on. I would be president.
Hey, there you go.
I'm just playing.
I actually like that
I don't
idea.
wanna-
Got that 2020,
Well,
right?
come on, I'm pretty sure you guys over there are like disappointing. That's what you guys were thinking watching the election. But let's not talk about that.
That's right.
But
That's
no, reality, no. The plot, yeah. So, I don't know. I think something weird, right?
Would have been lawyers.
a law. I was thinking the same law. So, something
Nice.
not a lawyer, maybe, I don't know, but something related to maybe the sheriff outside of the courthouse, or maybe a judge. But product of the environment. I'm sure if we were raised by a judge or a doctor, we would have probably, been different.
Before
Definitely.
Danny answers, I want to say what I would. I love your answer, Lewis. I love the idea of being something as a role model to look up to, a judge or something like that. And I don't, and I don't think this is a disrespectful thing I'm going to say either, as far as a job. But I could picture you being an owner of fine automobile establishments all across Los Angeles. Like
know what,
Bentley and
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking just because of how we grew up on this. It was product of the environment, and I'm thinking somebody different, like you said. Imagine if we were Saul's kids.
Yeah,
and I'm going back. I'm getting twisted. We would be the fast talking car salesman.
Yeah.
Attorney. That was an attorney, right? You would be something in law. But the car salesman, oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Look at the way I talk with my hands, bro. Come
exactly.
on. I'll be sending that car. That is your car.
It's got all the gadgets.
Your name written all over it.
That's right. And if it doesn't, we'll put it on there for you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, how about you, Danny? What would you have done?
Whatever you wanted.
Where would you end up?
I'm for some reason I'm thinking something with the law, man. Something with the law. Something with being in the courtroom, and I don't know. Even if it was like a bailiff or something, I don't know. Bailiff is like the officer that's inside the courtroom.
Yep.
Maybe one of them. Maybe be a cool character. I don't know. Be a cool character. He's always apprehending the people that are misbehaving or something. I don't know.
It's still a respected.
Wow. Or
with
even
the hair, I would think more like the inmate. Still,
probably. Yeah.
Isn't he always
be the janitor?
Go ahead.
I'll probably be the janitor mopping with my face.
Isn't Lewis always a great role model inspiration? I mean, yeah, you're sitting there talking to be something cool, and he's saying you're going to be the inmate. Well, I tell you, what a great brother.
I'm sorry. No, but for sure. So he probably agrees with the something related to law, court, the car salesman, or something, of real estate agent, whatever.
Even
but not
a DA agent or something,
what we turned out to be because of the circumstances is that is one in a billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but with the thing, product of the environment. What did he say? What did he say? Product of the environment, or we were just bad mama jamma because we were just bad.
Yeah.
It had to be part of the environment because the way we were raised, like that one episode we were on a flashback.
Yeah, that was something else. Yeah,
that was something else. Yeah.
Imagine if your parents were like Maude and Ned Flanders from The Simpsons, right? You'd probably be like taking Bibles, on riding your bikes and handing out Bibles to the local people.
See, I would be a priest.
That's right.
I would make a good priest. Look at this, or
I would, preacher, yeah. And minister, whatever.
I'll be the preacher or whatever,
That's right.
Look at that. Boom.
Here's another question that came in advance. This one is from Elizabeth Coleman. She sent me this on Twitter. This is good. She says, how did you first get into martial arts, and how has your experience evolved? Either one of you can take that one.
Good one. A funny story how I got involved. I think I got involved. I always liked watching fights, but I remember late 90s and very early 2000s, I started watching Pride Fighting Championships. And this is before UFC was already going, but Pride Fighting Championships was huge in Japan.
Huge in Japan.
My favorite show. I used to watch this thing like it was a religion. I record it, I rewatch, and I used to just love it, right? So then, you know how it is. You see something like that on TV, it influences us. You know what? I'm going to go to the gym to learn this or that. And it was very big in the early 2000s. So then I did go to a gym. I went to a couple of gyms in LA, and I went to this gym. I didn't really like it. Went to another gym. I didn't like it. And then I went to this one gym. It's called the Muay Thai Academy, or MTA. And I remember going to this gym, and the coolest thing, right? I walk in at the other gyms. I felt like I walked in, and they kind of look at you like, there is another whatever, like a custom.
Out of place.
Out of place kind of thing, right? But at this gym, I walked in, and I remember I walked in, and I'm by the door because you don't know what the heck is going on with this stuff. So I go, I'm by the door, and then there's one guy that's still our friend, really close friend, actually. His name is Edgar, and he owns a gym now that is not a Muay Thai. It's Muay Thai too, but it's A1A boxing, right? But this guy, Edgar, did not know me. I at the door watching all this men train, right? And I'm just at the door looking like a weirdo. And he approaches me and he said, "Hey, bro, what's your name, bro? Are you interested in?" And you know what I'm saying? He was very kind to me and very welcoming. So he got me into the gym and he just, gave me the little tour. He said, "Well, you know what they do?" And I was like, "Wow, that's really, really cool." But he's the one that got me to, I want to say, stay at that gym because of how cool he was. And then everybody else was cool too, maybe because of him, I don't know. But yeah, that's why I started. And I remember I started, it was not thinking of competition or anything like that. It was more like just a hobby to learn it because I was watching it. But that turned very quick into, I remember I want to say maybe 6 months, maybe less, maybe 6 months to a year. I remember coach was really cool. And I put a lot of effort into this. So I was not thinking of fighting, but coach was like, he was a Thai guy, Sante, I remember. He was very matter of fact, Louis, ready to fight. You want to fight Saturday? This was Monday. And he's telling me fighting Saturday. I'm like, you know how it is when you're doing it, it's nothing now to you. It's very cool. So you want to kind of play around and see what's going on.
Yeah.
So he's like, you want to fight Saturday? And me, I was like, what weight? What weight? That was the main thing because I was like 200 at the time. And he wanted me to go to like really low and I didn't know how to cut weight like that. But yeah, that's how I started. And then it just went on. I really enjoyed it. For a few years I did it. Then my little guy was born. I didn't really have as much time to train. So then I stopped training and I started now coaching. Not too long ago, I want to say that maybe 5 years, I now train people and I teach them how to fight.
Fantastic. That's and actually the funny thing about that too, and we'll let Daniel say it as well too. But when Heather Marion was on the show about last week or the week before, yeah, she's been kicking some ass with you, right?
Man, she's a badass. She's a badass. I remember when she first started training, man.
And I'm sweating because it's really hot.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So Eric, when Heather was here last week.
You think it was last week? Yeah.
Yeah, last week. Yeah, right.
So what? Now the thing, and I look like, look, I'm like the my face. It's really hot here. You guys wouldn't believe it. No, so the thing is that when she came and we met Heather at the Better Call Saul, the first episode we did on the second season, right? But the thing, cool. Mm-hmm. So she comes to the gym. She did not know how to throw a punch.
Yeah,
not one punch. Put it like this: in fighting, and I'm sure that whoever fights and listens and knows how to fight, she did not even know her stance if she was a righty or a lefty. I mean, she is a righty, right? She writes with the right, but when you're fighting, it says,
it's the opposite.
Let me see your stance. What is your stance, right? And you're like, crap, with the left foot in the front or right foot in the front. She didn't even know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you see her and you'll be like, what's wrong with her?
Yeah.
Here, just take my wallet and just go ahead.
I saw some of her videos, and she not only did she know her stance, but she was projecting and pushing, resisting you guys hard.
She talks really well. She has power, man.
Oh, it's a different. You see night and day. Different person, good learner, listener, and she puts a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
She's very
the coaching. That's funny. You know who else? I trained Heather. I train and I haven't trained because of the whole enchilada that's going on right now. Mm-hmm. I trained Melissa Bernstein.
Yeah.
Melissa came to the gym too, and she was a bad mama jama too.
Really? Nice.
Yeah. She came. I was like, oh, but the one, what I used to joke with them was that if I told Melissa, if something happens in the writer's room and there's a disagreement, just tell Heather to go beat them up.
Oh yeah, she can do it now.
Hey, if Tom gets out of hand,
just mess him up.
Hey, call the Heather on her. Go kick her. Go kick his butt, and then it'll be done. It's cool.
There was a question that came up in the chat, either on Heather's episode or I think it was hers, and I forget who asked, but someone says, have you ever had any trouble or disagreements in the writers' room? Does someone disagree more than others or something like that? And I said, you can always just blame it on Tom. Tom's usually the scapegoat.
Blame everything on Tom.
That's right. Here's a
Blame it on Tom.
here's a super chat question from Shashank. Shashank really loves you guys. Says for both of you. Says what was it again? Who is the most tragic character? Who's the most tragic character in the Gilliverse? And that could be be across Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, but maybe tragic the most.
In the Gilliverse?
Yeah, cross Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul.
Man, the most tragic. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe Theo, because I mean he went from being such a badass into now being in a wheelchair and be able to basically defend himself and be able to do what he wants because he's handicapped.
Yeah.
I mean, I think. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Nah, hey, mine is. I don't know if it's good. I'm leaning here. I don't know, but it's either going to be Max or Crazy 8.
Yeah.
Or Kim. Kim, not because of but hey, remember, I'm going into Breaking Bad. I'm jumping into Breaking Bad already.
We know she's not there.
And we know she's not there. Now, she's not having it easy right now with all the stuff that happened with Saul and the whole, what's been going on, and
so many times that he's lighting and stuff.
Being with Saul is hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's had to give up a lot of good stuff and opportunities in her career for him, and he's not doing the same for her. I don't know, I don't like to say it, but he's out to do more for himself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He loves her, don't get me wrong, but he's out to, you know what I'm saying? He wants to make a name for himself. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we go comparing Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and the whole thing, I think Kim.
Okay.
No, it doesn't matter if she dies or not, but I think her for sure.
Yeah.
And close second will be Max.
I'm thinking Walter Jr., man.
Oh, okay, good one too. Right.
Yeah, because Walter Jr. is like, he just sees all the shit, and he's always being quiet till like at the end, and he had it, and he's like, "Why don't you just die, Dad?"
Yeah, it broke him, and he loved his dad so much. He has to go through all that
fucking trauma of the dad fighting with the mom, going with another man, and and all that stuff, and then seeing the dad not be there, the dad's dying. And that was cute how he started doing the little thing on the computer for the racing funds for his dad.
The money's coming in that they were laundering.
If I think about it, maybe him, because he's a kid and he's being so traumatized by everything that's going on around him.
Yeah. I mean, the poor guy just wanted to have a nice breakfast and a happy family. Is that too much to ask for, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned when you mentioned Hector, was it Mark Margolis' birthday yesterday or was it today? Yesterday, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood. But yesterday or today, have a birthday? Yeah.
I think, man.
Who?
Mark Margolis.
Our uncle.
Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I think it was yesterday. I can't remember days, but I know it was recently, yesterday or today. So here's some more good...
I'm going to say, he's not going to like me if I see him next season. What did he turn, 100?
Oh.
Ooh, I'm playing. Mark, if you see this, I'm playing, man. Me love you long time, bro. I have to say it, bro.
November 26th.
Okay, so this is 2 days ago.
Hey, dude, before we leave, though, and because you said that, and he has not been on the show, and this is the only reason why I didn't say that. I think everybody knows that the number one person that's had it the rough is Jesse. You know what I'm saying? I know that. But me, I was thinking on Gilliverse and on the shows and the people that have been on the show, on your show.
Oh, okay,
now,
all right.
If Jesse comes on the show, or you know what I'm saying, then we're talking Aaron Poe. If Aaron Poe comes on the show, he's number one. He is the tragedy of the whole enchilada. But right now, so far, I think Ray would be the one.
Perfect.
But yeah, just to make it, I know that it was Jesse. People.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, how do you not think Jesse? Poor Jesse. And guys, I know.
Well, I think what Shawshank and where I get the name Gilliverse from, it's basically, I used to call it the Vince Gilligan universe. So, covering all three of the major properties, right? Including El Camino. And it was just simpler. Actually, and I stole the idea from Peter Gould, because when Peter was on the show before we become Gilliverse, we were talking, he said Gilliverse. And I'm like, hey, that's cool. And so I think I owe him some.
The universe of Gilligan.
Yeah, the Gilligan universe. Yeah. So I owe him some money on that. But here's some more questions coming in. This is from Tree Sauce. The Salamanca cousins always work for the cartel and their family, but if there was another organization or character they could work for, in the Better Call Saul universe, who would they? What would it be and why?
Man,
So working for the cartel. No, we'll skip the car dealership that we talked about earlier. You know, it's not going to be a used car dealership anywhere. But if you're working for somebody else, and it wouldn't be HHM or anything like that. Maybe work with Nacho at the.
No, I know who.
Okay.
And again, I'm going forward, and because of the question, we know what I'm thinking. Me, Heisenberg.
Hey,
Boom.
hey, there you go for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be. Imagine that team, because you know how it is. Gus trying to take him out and shit, backstabbing the cartel and backstabbing everybody else too. But now, if Walter White had two allies like us, it would have been a different thing.
Agreed.
And
I
it would
like
have been
that.
probably a lot of blood and a lot of more killing. And,
Yeah.
yeah. Breaking Bad would have been way different.
It sure would have. What about yourself, Danny?
A lot more dead people. But
Yeah.
still the same.
Yeah, I was thinking somewhere along the lines of what he said. Kind of like another organization, not the Salamancas, but another one kind of that had to do with helping, Walter White,
Flourish.
move his product, with him.
Yeah, I just made
and Jesse,
just us. I kind of skipped that part of the question, because when you said organization, there was no other on the show.
True.
Aside from the
Gus.
what was the guys that he killed that killed Jesse Heisenberg killed at the end?
Max
Uncle
and the
Jack.
other guy.
Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack. Yeah.
And we're not gonna team up with them. That's
No.
a different. It wouldn't work. They have their own thing.
Yeah.
No.
So I was thinking on our own thing, we'll make our own, and our own was Heisenberg's blue stuff. So that's the organization that we're gonna make, our own thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great. That's a great.
But
I
a
like
close
it.
second.
Yeah, I like it.
Close second could be Saul Goodman too. So he was pretty good,
And
he's crooked enough to work some dirty stuff when he was in Breaking Bad. Now,
yes.
When he's in Better Call Saul, he's still a lightweight. He wouldn't know what to do with the cartel right now. But when he's on Breaking Bad,
he probably could have been like, I know somebody that will get rid of your product.
Agreed.
Yeah, he knows everything. But yeah,
agreed 100%. Here's a question from Rastasaurus. I'm probably saying it wrong. What was the audition process like for both of you? And I know we talked about this a tiny bit before when you come on before, but you can each share the because Louis, you had the opportunity first to go in there. Yeah, tell that story again as far as the audition.
So when the audition came in for whoever does not know, a lot of people but don't get the casting right. When you get an audition, your agent calls you, and they send you a breakdown of what they're looking for, what the production is looking for, and then the breakdown for Breaking Bad, they send it to me because Danny at the time was not acting. He was not an actor. Yeah. He did not have one credit under his name. He was not union. He did not have anything. So I got the call. My agent and the breakdown said we need twin brothers, two cousins that really look alike, or just two guys that really look alike. And they're not thinking, hey, they don't say that they both have to be actors. No, they don't say, but that's an unsaid thing. You cannot bring anybody to the casting office without being an actor. So in my mind, I'm thinking, man, I hope there is someone there that looks like me.
Yeah.
And so I went to the audition. It was 2 scenes. I went to the audition. I did I did 2 scenes, and they seemed to like it. And later, when I came back, I went a call back. They asked, I did it again, and they asked me if somehow it came up, Danny. And I remember they asked me about the tattoo on my leg, but they already had a plan. They knew. They asked me about the tattoo on my leg, and I said, yeah. And then they said, hey, wait, you have a brother? After I did my piece, right? We never talked about Danny until then. And then, I said, yeah, my brother. And then they asked me, does he look like you? And I said, I have to say it, Eric. No, I said, no, he does not look like me. He's a little bit uglier.
Oh,
okay, I'm the better looking one.
Man,
but he resembles me.
What an insult! What an insult!
He said the same thing about you,
bro. I cannot. Come on, man. I cannot be nice. I'm the older brother. You know how that goes. Okay. Yep. So then I said that, and they did stop. They already had two scenes there that they were gonna ask me to bring for Danny when I mentioned his name. So they say, hey, they asked me, is he an actor? And I said, no. And I did not lie. He has not one credit, not even background, nothing.
Not in
He
school.
has nothing. And they were like, from being like this, they were like, ugh. And they're like, you know what? Here's 2 scenes. Bring him in tomorrow. Help him out a little bit, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what we can do. So I took him home, called him. He went to the house, study, came back. Well, I just go back in there, study some more. Came back out. And
He just told me to go back in there.
I have to say it. Last time I said it, but this is just one of those things. I think it's not easy.
No.
When this guy came out, he had never done the process. When I gave him the scenes to go study, he went to study, and he comes back a couple hours later out of the room, and he tells me this. And oh man, somebody gonna kick his butt for saying this. And he's like,
I think I got it.
I think I got it. I think I got it. It's almost like you want to just bam.
Yeah.
What do you mean you think you got it? You cannot think you have it.
Yeah.
You have to have it. And
Or you
need
don't.
to have your lines, his lines, the whole plot. You know,
you got to know everything.
I'm like a dad,
Yeah.
Get back in there and study.
Yeah. Hey, this motherfucker was like telling me, like, I came out. I was tired. I went to work like I woke up like at 3 a.m. work 4 a.m. Did like 12 hours. So I'm thinking after I got off, I'm like, I'm gonna go home, take a quick shower, maybe take a nap. No. As soon as I got home, he's like, no nap. He's like, go shower, come back, drink some coffee, get your lines. You look at yourself in the mirror, you're gonna feel stupid, but no, just pretend that you're talking to yourself or somebody, and then read, study. Once you think you got it, and you're getting sleepy, do some more. Come and get more coffee. Once the lines start getting blurred, come and get more coffee. Take another shower.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Until you can no longer stay awake, then go to sleep. Wake up like 5 hours before the audition and do the same shit all over again. And then you'll sleep on the way. You'll sleep on the way back. He said. Yeah.
You know why? So that was the audition process. And you know why that happened? And this is almost like an acting tip, right? When people prepare for auditions, Eric, you prepare, and some people don't prepare well, but the problem is that if you learn something, you have let's say a dialogue, a couple of pages of dialogue, whatever, you have it down, you're good, you know what you're going to say, you have it in your house by yourself. But when you get in front of people that you don't know, and it's more than 3 or 4 or 5, 6 people that you don't know, and all they're doing is, the person that's a reader, he's engaged with you, the person reading with you. But the other 5 or 10 people that are behind, they're just looking at you like this.
Yeah.
They're giving you the cousin look.
Yeah.
You don't even know, but they're giving you that cousin look, and they don't react. Only the reader reacts. So when that happens, it's a different thing. If you don't know that thing, just by as soon as somebody says, you respond.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think. You listen and you respond. They're not even in the room. It's just you and that reader, and it's a different thing. That's why I still do that to this day. I like to do it like that, because even now, and it's been like almost 20 years for me, and you still have to prepare yourself, because you never know what's going to happen when you step in that room. It could be one person, it could be 20 people in that room, and you don't know, so you have to be prepared. Yeah. But that was the audition process.
That's fantastic.
and so after that, Eric, so he went, did the 2 scenes, and again, for you guys that don't know, the 2 scenes that we did, because the cousins did not talk. We don't talk. What are we going to audition? Hey, our audition is going to be this, Eric.
Oh, jeez.
You got the job. You have the look. You guys are ugly enough. No. So the audition, the 2 scenes that we did was Walter and Gus. The first time they met, when we talked how Gus was telling him how disappointed, how can he be working with a junkie, and that. So those are the scenes that we did auditioning for the role that we got, but we did not know that. When we did it, I thought I was gonna be Gus.
Oh, geez.
But I didn't know I didn't know who he was.
Right.
So I'm thinking, ooh, this dude is bad mama jamma, and this is the character, until we talked to Vince, and then he told us who, and we were like, what?
Yeah.
Going back to what Louis said about going in and being ready, right? So like he said, he told me, like, be ready. I was not like ready, right? So I went in there. I never been in an audition room. They asked me to do my piece. I got stuck.
Oh no.
And then
Now he tells me this.
Hey, I did tell him, motherfucker.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, so the first time I messed up, and then the casting director's like, okay, Danny, we know you're not an actor. He said, just imagine that this is happening in real life. How will you react? How will you? Don't really worry too much about the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Try to stay with the lines as most as you can, but if you can't, just kind of like just keep on going and react. So after they said that, that made more sense to me, right? And I was like, okay, cool. So I did my piece again. I did it, and then they were like, "Oh, that was really good. Can you do it one more time?" And we did it. And after that, I was like, "Okay, cool. Now you're gonna bring your brother in, and you guys are gonna do some improvising in Spanish, and we're gonna give you a topic and blah blah blah." And Louis comes in, and had us sit down next to each other, and then they gave us a scenario, and they're like, "Okay, guys, you guys just kind of improvise," and that was in Spanish, so.
Well, that's cool. Well, here's a very good question that goes just along with that, because we know they always put a different role out there for the audition to throw you off the curve and to prevent spoilers and things of that nature. And so your characters obviously barely ever speak. And so this is a question from Andrea. She says, did you expect at the start of Better Call Saul to play silent characters like in Breaking Bad, or would you have preferred to play more linguistically, or did you like it the way that your characters were portrayed? As far as speaking,
well, I like it now because of what it turned into. You know what I'm saying? But when we did it, and this again with the audition process, when we got casted for that show, and they told us what we were gonna do or who we were, in my mind it was always like, I remember Vince telling us the speech that he gave us. Oh, you guys are gonna be the scariest, the most badass mother, you know what? And you guys are not gonna say a word. Mm-hmm. And then when I was pumped up when he was like, "You guys are gonna be the baddest, the killers, the this. You come on the screen, people are gonna be scared." And I'm like, you know how your chest is like, yeah, and you're not gonna say anything. And I was like, what? What? Yeah, I'm not gonna say what. In my mind, I didn't say it, but I thought it.
Yeah.
And so he said, "But you guys are not gonna speak." So in my mind, I thought he was crazy. Really, no disrespect, but I thought he was fucking crazy. Yeah. And then we did it, and then when we saw the product, we were like, oh. Yeah, saying less is a lot more.
It is.
Trust me, I would have liked to have pages and pages of dialogue, but it would have been an absolute different character. So I like the way it is right now. I really like what it is now. Mm-hmm. It does not need to be said when we either on Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad. If you see that we come in, there's not going to be a lot of this. There's going to be a lot of doing, a lot of more action, not a lot of da-da-da-da-da. No. If we can say bye, probably we're going to kill that. We don't even have to say it. You know that something bad is going to happen. We're going to go take care of business and goodbye. Like it was drinking coffee on a Saturday morning.
That's it.
It's nothing.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we don't say anything, but we tell a lot by
exactly.
Anything.
Yeah, there's a parallel between
the body language, the face language, and everything. Basically, says everything. I was like,
synchronicity between the two of you. Yeah, we talked about that before too. The synchronized motions. Mm-hmm. It's funny because you guys don't say much. Your characters, I should say, and they're scary as hell. And you look at someone like Lalo, who never shuts up. He talks all the time. Yeah, he's got that smile and that charm, and he's just as scary. He'd give you a hug and a kiss, and then the next thing you know, he could kill you. You just never know.
100%.
But here's a question from Aya, and I'll give this one to you, Danny. This is for both of you, but I'll let you answer this one. She asked, was it hard to adapt to the characters?
That's funny.
Come pretty easy?
No, I don't. I don't think it was hard to adapt to the characters. It was. I mean, we kind of like basically almost kind of like the characters in some sort of way, because we kind of look at each other and kind of know what we're thinking. So I don't think it was hard to adapt. No.
Okay. Here's something. Yeah,
it was the easiest thing in the whole world to do it. It was almost like we were playing ourselves.
There you go.
Minus the talking.
Yeah.
Hey, and a quick one. Who was that? Aya.
That was from Aya.
That was good. Hello, Ms. Aya. She's very cool. Social media, always supporting and everything. So, hello.
Nice, very nice. Thank you. Thank you for the shout out to her. This is a question, or more of a question statement from Lisa. It says, when you gave Nacho your blood and basically were responsible for saving his life, she realized that your character steps and showed sense of family and how deep that was. So, very, very cool. And that was quite the scene too, where, they had to make that look like, it wasn't Nacho had anything to do with that. Couple shots, some serious shots to the gut, and obviously blood needed there. That was a pretty intense scene, but it did show, obviously you guys had to come through the characters, but it was a great moment for the whole relationship between the three of you.
Yeah. It was very cool.
So I think I got the question from Sashank. Let's continue on. Lori Lewis. Lori, she says, Lewis and Daniel, which celebrity made you this is a good one. Which celebrity made you the most nervous or starstruck? Let's go with you first, Daniel, and come back.
Okay.
That is hilarious.
Oh my God.
This is funny. And then, this does not get old. I'm answering for Danny because I'm gonna be me when he was there. So remember, first time on set for this guy. Okay, New Mexico. We get pulled up in the vent in the middle of the. Well, no, it was in the front of the studio, but supposedly in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
So we pulled up desert. Bryan Cranston is the director. Remember, he's directing. So Danny and I pull out. Then we get out, and Danny's next to me, and Bryan is like maybe 100 feet away, whatever it was. And so we're walking to set, and Danny's first thing, seriously, I never thought I would hear this from this guy. Like he would get starstruck. We don't really get starstruck like that. But this guy, we get off, first thing that looks up, he's like, he taps me like with the elbow on my shoulder. He's like, hey, look, that's the guy from Malcolm in the Middle with the stupid face. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. I just saw God. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fangirling, man. I was fangirling.
It's the guy from Malcolm in the Middle. I'm like, and he gave me that, and me, I'm like, shut up, be serious.
Yeah.
Hey, but in my defense, I used to watch him when I was in a 5-star hotel / college.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yep.
Prison.
Yep.
So I used to watch him when I was in there, and then every day I used to religiously watch Malcolm in the Middle, and for me to be able to see Malcolm in the Middle every day when I was incarcerated, then I'm free and I see him in real life. It's kind of like, oh my fucking God. Like, oh, whoa. So that's why I was starstruck.
That's cool. No, that's cool.
And when we met him, he was such a nice guy. He's super nice, man. That guy, he brings such a great energy to the environment. It's like electrifying, so to speak, man, because he just gives you so much. He's a very happy dude and very humble.
Yeah.
Very humble, down to earth, and very respectful, man. He treats you like a family. So
yeah. One thing I saw by him, I mean, I've always loved Bryan Cranston and everything he's done. But when we had, I'm trying to think, where would I see this at? Not when I had Max on. When I had Jeremiah Batsui on. So he does. Have you seen his thing he does on YouTube, the Breaking Dad TV? He has this really cool thing called Breaking Dad TV, and so he did a pop up at the Breaking Bad Cafe or whatever it's called, the coffee shop and bar, whatever. And Max was there, and Brian and Aaron showed up, and so it was basically Jeremiah shooting some behind the scenes stuff and kind of a vlog, right? And Brian comes in, so he's talking to Brian at the end of the little segment, and because Jeremiah's got a young daughter, and was saying to Brian, could you give me some advice, as a parent, and and I have a young daughter, what would you say as best advice to a father? And he says, just love the mother. And I was like, wow, and he's like, you got to teach your daughter that, you're the man, that he has to show the respect and that kind of stuff. And I just like, wow, that I've always known him to be a real deep person. But that was like, wow, I was very blown away by that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause you could show him so much by loving the mom, that the daughter would be like, oh, that's how you're supposed to treat a mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here's another continued good question here as well too. This is more just kind of hypothesizing or guessing. So Urban says, awesome to have you guys back. And if you could ever meet one person dead or alive, who would it be? And it could be a sports figure. It could be an actor. It could be a family member, or maybe not a family member, but who, and we'll go with you first, Danny.
I said Marlon Brando, man.
Nice. I like that.
Marlon Brando, man. That guy is just so iconic. The way he portrayed the characters that he played, it was fucking beautiful, man. That one came right out of the top of my head.
I like that. See, that's good. So, and don't even think about this long, Lewis. Go for it. Sometimes these answers...
no, already. I just have like 3. That's the problem. Okay. I'll give you one. Genghis Khan or Alexander the Great.
Wow, that's deep. There you go.
And I have more too. I have some right now, but I'm not gonna go there.
Okay.
But yeah, but that I would love to meet them.
Nice.
Even my third one would be what's his name, Napoleon. Just to meet, just to see, you know, just to see it.
Napoleon Dynamite.
I'd like to meet Napoleon Dynamite. That'd be cool. I think I'd probably have a better conversation with Napoleon Dynamite than I would Napoleon. You know.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Also, just to be on, just because on the last episode we did with you, I remember how I said my time that I would like to be Egyptian or cave, you know, more than 10,000 years ago, just to see how, you know, cavemen lived or that time. But also, I would like to Ramses II.
Okay.
So going into Egypt.
Yeah.
Those I would like to meet like 4 people. Yeah. So yeah.
Good answers. And that's so cool too. A lot of times, if you don't think about it, right? You know, like somebody might ask you which some of your favorite music, and without naming your favorite band, you just name something off the top of your head. And it's good to get those things, you know, quickly like that.
Sure.
Here's another one from Mrs. Ignacio Varga. What redeeming qualities, if any, do you see in your characters? And we'll go with you on this one first, Louis.
So one more. I'm sorry. Repeat that because it threw me off when you say Ignacio Varga, which is Michael Mando's character.
Yep.
Mrs. Like, wait, what? Who Nacho just asked the question. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I did not listen. It threw me off.
That's no,
I was trying to like,
Mrs.
Wait, what? Who?
Yeah, Mrs. Ignacio. What redeeming qualities, if any, do you see in your characters? We'll go with you first, Louis.
Any redeeming qualities?
Man, redeeming qualities?
Yeah.
I want to, the quality from our characters, because of the way they are, it looks like they have no heart, nothing good. So I'm going to go with loyalty.
Good.
And family.
Perfect. Two very good answers. Now, how about yourself, Daniel, without too much thought on that one? I mean, we talked about the blood transfusion. That was pretty cool.
I'm thinking the same, man. I'm thinking, the same.
That's all we have.
Yeah,
that's all we have.
That's all we have, man.
Well, that's what Hector instilled. That's what Hector installed in the boys. You know, family, everything.
The rest is just killing
when we're little,
and,
man.
That's right.
And making people disappear. So ain't not too much there.
It's Houdini.
That's right. This is from Rugava. Salamanca brothers are so in sync. Yeah, this is good. We talk about the synchronization. The brothers are so in sync that it's like they're one mind and two bodies. Even though you have very few words to say, there is an internal dialogue that they rehearse between you two. So talk a little bit about that. We've talked about that before, and that's another thing, because you're not speaking so much. The actions that you do, like the perfect example in Tom's episode and Gordon's episode, you know, in the desert and things of that nature too. The Bagman was a good one. You know, coming out of the car, exact same time, walking, either dragging an axe or whatever the case may be. It's the steps or military. Talk about that a little bit.
I think, and you know, for characters, because I think you know, to us, this is nothing. This is what we do every day in Mexico. Yes. You know, we came here to do it, but this is an everyday thing. It's almost like a routine. And now with the routine, we're brothers and we're connected like that. But it's a routine to us. This is nothing. This is so like
nothing.
We're basically, he knows his role and I know my role. Where we're gonna kill who? Well, let's
all right.
And it's no big deal, you know. It's not a big deal. So we're in sync like that. And another thing, the big thing here, though, when we did it the first time, and the first time it came out by accident, Danny and I actually did it by accident on Breaking Bad, and then Vince liked that. And so little by little, we kept it going because he liked the way the first time we were synchronized on something, he liked that. So little by little, they've been putting more on the show, you know, to be synchronized. They put it on the script. And so
like
it was
a
really,
Bagman.
really cool, you know. Yes, it was really, really cool that happened because it works. And, you know, on that one, the door opening, we talked on the last episode, how he was very, I mean, details, you know, we did that take like 10 times.
Yeah.
And it was not our fault. We don't suck as actors. It was the freaking car.
Go to get the seatbelt or the door.
That car better. He does not have a future in acting, that guy. That car.
Get a hold of his agent, get him out of
there. I'll take the car.
It was a nice car.
As a donation. I'll take it. It was a nice car.
That is absolutely hilarious. I like that. But yeah, some serious practice for sure. And it's like sometimes the more people you have involved, let's say you've taken a family photo, you know, it's Christmas time or whatever, and you got 15 people, and you snap. Oh, Jimmy blinked in this one, Bobby blinked in this one, you know, this one peed his pants. You know, it's like the more people you put into an environment, there's more room for error. But that and then imagine then you start working in pets and things like that. Tom always talks about if a writer's going to write in a pet into a scene, you better really have a reason for it, you know, and all these things become,
because it's really hard to work with animals. I find.
So that was okay. This is a really good one. This one's for Daniel, and I know where he's going with this one here. So Robin asks about the Clint Eastwood movie, and I just watched it the other day on Netflix. Okay. Absolutely loved it. It was great to see you in it, and it's amazing. Like with Breaking Bad and things like that too. I'm not going to compare Clint Eastwood to Heisenberg or Walter White, but we always kind of fall in love with the bad guy, and you know, Clint Eastwood's doing a job. He knows what he's doing is totally against the law. Very dangerous. And you love him. So Robin's question is, and it might be a girl, I'm not sure, but this says Robin on the screen. Daniel, how was it working with Clint Eastwood and Mel Gibson? Both movies filmed in New Mexico.
Man, I'm gonna go with Mel Gibson first. Mel Gibson, man, he was a very mellow dude, and I was a big fan of his work, especially one of his movies, Apocalypto. Man, so I have a lot of tattoos of mine in my bag. So we started talking. There was in between takes, and I started talking to him about the Mayans, and I told him I was a big fan of Apocalypto, and then I showed him my back, and he seen my back. He knew exactly what everything was about the Mayans. He was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's name is this guy's name is that," and he was a very cool dude. And it's funny, fun fact, he was out of prison, right? Supposedly in the movie, he was out of prison, so he would always have his 25-pound weights on by the chair, and before going into the scene, he would do a couple of pumps.
Okay.
So he would look a lot really buff. We filmed that maybe like about a month and a half, and it was a really good experience, man. Now talking about Clint Eastwood, man, that guy is an iconic, one of the most iconic American actors, or maybe even actors of all time. Such a great dude. He directed, and he was the main guy in the movie. He played Earl, which was a veteran that got involved in the cartel because he was gonna get kicked out of his place. So one guy mentioned that he could help him with the job. At first, he didn't know what it was. Till later down the line, he was like, "Oh shit, I'm transferring drugs to here and there." But then he didn't have no option. Once you're already in,
you can't leave.
You know too much. You can't turn back. Kind of like what Nacho Vargas did. You know too much. You basically got to do it, and now you're gonna get killed. Not that he was scared, because he didn't care. He was a crazy old man. He was crazy. But in real life, man, that dude he's such a humble, down to earth guy, man. He gave me props on one scene that we did. The scene when I shot Andy Garcia, man, he was like, because I did something that we couldn't get the shot because of the way he wanted the shot. We couldn't do it, and I said something. Maybe we should do it like this, and he was like, "Oh man, that was such a great thing that you did right there." And because I told him, "Hey, it's an honor to work with you. My mom is a big fan. My mom has never asked me for pictures with anyone, Louis and I." Yeah. But when I was gonna go to New Mexico to work with Clint Eastwood, she was like, "Take pictures with Clint Eastwood." Yeah. So I was like, "Okay, cool." Yeah, but it was a really, really great thing to work with them, man.
What an honor.
One of my highlights, you could say.
That's great. We got a couple super chat questions come in, and we're gonna do kind of a speed round of questions as we get closer to the end of the program. Okay. So there's a super chat from Andrea. She says, "Thank you, Andrea. By the way, she says Inside the Gilliverse rocks. Thank you so much. You all rock." You do. And from Lisa Love, a super chat, she says, when you're both in ABQ for filming, do you get people scared of you or wanting to come up and take pics? So kind of a double-edged question. Are they scared of you, or do they want to come up and take photos? No?
Pictures all the time. You know why? Because now we have a relationship with these people. New Mexico is really, really big on Breaking Bad. Really big on Breaking Bad, and we never say no. Pictures all the time. All the time. Trust me, all those people over there, they know us. As soon as they start talking, they talk to us, and then we don't stop talking to them. So basically, what we're doing right now, Eric,
I know.
You got to tell us to be quiet, Louis. Shut up. Next question. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Same thing with them. They ask for something, we give them too much.
Okay, Louis, shut up.
They
Next
ask for one
question.
picture, we give them 10.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, Louis, shut up. Next question. This one, I'm gonna skip a couple repeats here, just we get some of the people, some new names here as well too. So I had another question, but I'm just gonna skip over Aya just for this one. I'm gonna go to Ursula. I love your household decorations. Is that a Breaking Bad clock? The artwork of you is so cool too. Where did you get them?
The artwork, it was a fan that sent me that many years ago. And this one,
Plastic Cell.
Plastic Cell sent me Heisenberg.
Nice.
And
Man,
they
those
sent me
guys are so cool. The brothers.
Jesse.
Yeah, I got those too, but I got them over
It's
there.
not a Breaking Bad thing. It's just
fans
I
stuff.
put my little Breaking Bad
Little
axes over
decorations,
here. Thing, my decorations right here. And especially for the show, I picked this spot. Just
Okay.
for you, Eric.
I love that. Thank you.
I got
And
mine
this
right
one,
here.
Sorry.
This one is a painting. It's a spray painting that somebody painted, and Danny has one too. But look at how cool it is.
Over
This is
there. It
spray,
is
guys,
cool.
and it's on a canvas.
Beautiful.
It's very, very cool. So yeah.
And what you
And
got
we
there,
have
Danny?
a lot more from very, 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 very cool fans that have sent us a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A good one that was featured in a book, Dr. Pencil.
Okay.
Farsi, yeah,
Dr. Pencil.
he's man. He has
man.
made drawings for everybody. For
Everyone.
Walter White,
Everyone.
Giancarlo, Danny,
Giancarlo,
everybody.
The hardest time was making Louis because he's very ugly.
Oh, that's probably easy. He just threw it in. It was so easy to make this. Look at this.
He's a little figure stick. Well, mine right here are from Jamie Lee Parker. He's a friend of ours. He's a huge fan of the show, and it took him, I forgot how many months it took him to do all those, but it was
Beautiful artwork.
it was one of my favorite pieces, man. It's so detailed.
It is beautiful. I'm going to go to the big screen again. Yeah, that's nice. And it's so nice, too. It's just something you just can't go to the store and buy. It's very, very personal.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Man.
It's
I don't even think he has them anymore, man.
Yeah.
He only had very few. I forgot how many copies he had. He like
Limited.
sold them like real quick. Yeah.
Oh, that's something.
But-
and speaking of
Let's hit it.
speaking of real personal,
sir.
Teresa's asking, when is the double wedding, boys?
Ooh. Good question.
Double wedding. Woohoo! They're talking about my baby. You know, I say double wedding, and
Mhm.
she's like sitting in front of me right now, and she went like this.
Of course she did. Of course she did.
No, I don't know. We probably do it this year.
Okay.
You guys will be surprised. It was gonna
Awesome.
happen very quick. Next thing you know, I'm not gonna be a Salamanca. I'm gonna be a teddy bear.
There you go. There you
teddy
go.
They know. Hey, they met Candy and Break It in New Mexico. They met her. A lot of people, good fans from New Mexico. Last time I was shooting, not Better Call Saul, I was shooting in plain sight. But they met her. They know she's smaller than me, but she can kick my ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Good ladies.
Yeah,
Good ladies.
I hope pass for her. She hits pretty hard.
Yeah, but next year I think.
Nice. That's good. That's good to know for sure. And it's good to have good.
Same here.
Awesome.
Same here.
It's good to have
Yeah,
good lady in your
same
life, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is, man. It's a beautiful
100%.
thing, man.
I'm blessed
Beautiful
as well
thing
too.
to have a woman that supports you and is there for you, has your backing, all that stuff. Yeah,
I had same
beautiful
here.
thing, man.
Same here with my beautiful Sandra. So Lori
Yes,
says, for Louis and Daniel, can you tell us the first time that you really started to appreciate and enjoy your life? That is a great question.
Man,
Man, that is like
Deep.
deep
That's deep.
fucking. Can I say that's like I'm gonna say the bad words because that's some deep fucking shit right there.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
Lori.
Hey, seriously? No,
Man.
because I'm gonna take, and I'm pretty sure you guys know well, some people might not know the story from Danny and I. When we say hotel or 5-star hotel, we mean prison.
Mhm.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna tell you,
Incarceration.
we were both we were in a 5-star hotel.
Mhm.
Okay, and for many years when we were young, we grew up in LA. Let's just say there was a lot of bad influence, gangs, prison, a lot of things.
A lot of vacationing.
Life was
Yep.
never certain. You know, it was always going to a 5-star hotel or
in the funeral.
getting shot at.
Yeah.
A lot of things happen, and so life was messed up for many years. Now, the last time I came out of the 5-star hotel, That's when my life changed. And I'm going to tell you the biggest change that I know. And this is the question. This is going to answer the question that back when I was in those days when I was young and dumb, I couldn't go, I want to say 2 blocks away from where I used to hang out because I will be shot at or chased or beat up or stabbed. Now, when I changed my life, I moved from LA, I went to the Valley. Well, now all of a sudden you have the world is open to you. I can go to the beach. You understand me? I can go to the beach. I can go to the store. There were so many things that you never really knew, you know, were there like
kind of like existed.
So life became enjoyable when I left that life, I want to say. And there is a lot more, you know. I want to say my son, we're not going to get into the whole enchilada, but my little guy. But I want to say when I left that's when you start enjoying your life. And then and enjoying life came with acting. And Danny knows this because he was in the 5-star hotel too. But then we started acting. And so life became very enjoyable when basically we left the BS.
When freedom is
the real world.
When freedom is taken away from you and then you have to wait to get it back. I mean, there's a lot of things we just go through life and we don't appreciate it. You don't smell the flowers, so they say. And then you can't
People take stuff for granted way too fucking much, man. Takes everything for granted. For me, like something so simple as having a key to open your door, even if it's an apartment, I don't care. Even if it's a door to open an apartment, you know, you have a choice to unlock the door and be able to go in your room. But when you're in there, you don't have a choice, man. The only choice you have is when they tell you, "Oh, you're going in your fucking cell, and this is the time you're gonna go, and we're gonna let you out when we let you out." Like
That's
a cage animal, basically.
No, and you have 10 minutes to take a shower when they tell you to take a shower.
Yeah, it's not like telling your son, like my boy, he's 14. I say you got 10 minutes for a shower, and it's 35 minutes. It's like no, you get 9 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah, and then let's not talk when you're in the hole, which is the prison of the prison of the prison, and then you're even more. That's even another story, man. But that's even just you're in the prison of a prison, so it's crazy, man. But to be able to,
but life became enjoyable after.
Yeah,
after when you're free, man, it's just so many opportunities, everything.
I think, you know, looking at you guys as we'll wrap up with this, and I apologize we didn't get to more questions, but I think we did pretty good today as far as questions. But I think you guys are both a real inspiration. I mean, I'm friends. I think I'm safe to say I'm friends with you now. And I look at you as very inspiring people and a role model. You know, not everyone has had a perfect life, and people have things. There's that bad choice road again, right? You know, you guys had some bad choices, maybe in some ways or another, and you know, you've paid for it. You've repaired those issues, and look at you now. I mean, and Danny, you know, you had an act before. Your brother gets a role, gets you into it. You've had some great roles since. You both have been doing a lot of acting. I mean, it's a blessing, and plus you're healthy. You got great families. So I mean, we couldn't end on a more positive note, I don't think.
No, you know why? The funny before we go, and this is so funny because of the now coming from back then, right, to doing what we did
right now,
2 of the greatest shows ever, right?
The
funniest thing that I would have never thought, and this is probably so unrelated, but I would have never thought, right? A guy like me that came from what I just said, from all that BS. Have you ever heard of Cameo?
Yes. Oh yeah, we have our links. We have your links for you, both of you.
Biggest, and I don't get it. I enjoy it, but I get a kick out of people requesting videos from Danny and I, wishing them. For me, I haven't wished very many, but it's always me. Can you tell me you're gonna kill somebody and happy birthday? And I say, happy birthday in character, singing happy. And so I said, happy birthday in character, right? But to me, coming from that into this, Eric, people asking to request a video
a video from you, a personalized video from you.
I enjoy that, man. I enjoy that.
It is truly an honor, you could say, man. Having people ask you for videos, personalized videos for like super big fans.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad, for example, my dad's gonna turn 50. My dad's gonna turn 50. Can you wish him a happy birthday? He's the greatest Breaking Bad fan ever.
Yep. Well, you just talked earlier. You talked about how you just have this this fanboy love of Clint Eastwood. We all do, these younger kids and sometimes even people my age and older than me, they look up to you guys just like they're fanboying with Clint Eastwood. So
you know how cool. Hey, you know how cool that is, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool thing, man. It's a positive thing. It shows that you have done something right. But it's very cool and it's very positive, and the support. That people remember the characters that were on Breaking Bad, very short. They did not live a long life in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But how memorable we were, and how much people love the characters, and then us, when we get to interact with them, however it is, either in New Mexico or a convention or on social media, whatever it is, how cool they are with you. So when you make a video, and I don't know this fuck, I'm sure this fuck is the same, but when we make a video, Eric. Mm-hmm. This video, we're gonna think about how we're gonna make it. Well, make it.
Try to make it memorable,
personal,
because it's almost like a thank you for people being cool, man. You don't want to do a shitty job, so trust me, man. You give them back what they give you, the love you give it back, and all that good enchilada, man.
Yeah,
that's now you can tell we're enjoying life now. You're like,
I agree.
Up. And Louis keeps talking, and Danny keeps saying,
I'm very proud of you guys both. I'm very proud of both of you guys. You've come a long way,
thank you, brother. Thank you.
The fans love you because you wouldn't be on this show twice if you didn't love the fans. So I'm honored just to be a small little vehicle to present this to these awesome people that watch every Friday.
You're the man, Eric. You're the man.
Thank you so much.
Man.
And
like I said,
thank you for
after next season, better bring us back.
I hope so. I'll get on Tom right away.
Yeah.
I'll get on Tom.
Man,
Tom will be back.
Here, man.
Tom's coming back for sure. Once writing is done and filming is started, and he has a little bit more spare time. He already said he's coming back, and I have it on videotape as evidence, so I'm gonna blackmail him if I have to.
We're good.
There you go.
We're friends now, Eric. You will send us. We know where he lives.
All right. Hey, before we go, I got to tell both you guys something. This is really cool. So you guys both know I'm into music, and so tomorrow I'm having my Rock Shop live show, and I've got a fantastic, lovely, talented singer and songwriter, Katie Cole. She's also in the Smashing Pumpkins. Just so happy she's been on the show before. She loves Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I had no clue, so I said I would say hi for Katie to you guys tonight. Amazing singer. She's so talented. Multi-instrumentalist.
Well, tell Miss Katie we said hello.
We say hello.
I will do that for sure. So I'll tell her.
And tell her
hello,
now
Katie.
that you introduced us. She's a friend of the cartel.
Oh boy, she's gonna love that. I'm gonna send her that video. That's great. Well, listen, gentlemen.
Eric, but you have to do the phase, okay? If you say that message, you better deliver it like it is. You have to do the phase. You're a friend of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're a friend of the cartel.
Okay, good.
I can't do
You
it.
have to say it.
I need more facial hair to pull it off. Maybe I don't know what it is. Listen, guys, I'm going to say goodbye to you out there. Don't go away, everyone. Thank you so very, very much. I just want to say a big thank you to my beautiful Sandra Lee for running the chat as always. Our moderators in the chat as well too. Our YouTube members. Thanks so much for doing that. You can become a member by hitting that join button down below. Our Patreon supporters, we thank you so much. The people that buy our merchandise through broadstash.com. I got to change the name of the company now because I don't have a broad stash anymore. And just people that watch the show every week. We appreciate you so much, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week again. And we're gonna get the boys back again. We're gonna make this a recurring thing for sure. Love you guys.
Oh yeah.
Don't go away, boys. I'll say bye to you off the air.
Thank you guys for having us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rock and roll, everyone, and be safe. Until next time.
All right, guys. Thank you for having us.
Cheers.
Thanks again for tuning into Inside the Gilliverse with Eric Broadbent. Be sure to check back each week for more great discussions and interviews with cast and crew from Breaking Bad, El Camino, and Better Call Saul. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.